Hello friends, I'm Ulak and I'm searching for developer stories all over the world. Today's guest is Aziz. Most of us probably played video games, but very few of us get inspired to learn more to create a private server and became a part of the computer world. And this is how Aziz's story has begun. Besides engineering, he is also founder of the few startups and co-lead of the Facebook Developer Circles Istanbul. Let's listen his story from his own words. By the way, isn't that a cool filter? If you haven't tried the filter that Aziz created, it's time to do it.
In high school, actually, I like video games, especially MMORPG type video games. For example, Metin 2. Maybe you remember
I
that
know,
game.
I heard it.
Once I was playing that game, I realized that there are private servers actually, and people like me, ordinary people, can create their own gaming server, and people play in that private server. I recognize that in forums actually. Forums are very popular at those years. So I joined a forum, I became a moderator at that forum, and I created my own private Metin 2 server. So having a players in that server, it really attract me. It was very good to use that SQL tables to change the level of a player, giving special items to GM, Game Master. It was very exciting for me, so I decided that I should definitely be a computer engineer or a software related anything. So since in high school, the first year of my high school, I decided that point. So I finally achieved. Yes.
Cool. So most of the family complains about their kid playing computer games
Yeah.
all the time. So it had a positive effect for you.
Exactly. My grades were okay, so my family didn't concern about it. As your final exams are very good, no problem. You can play all your games.
Cool. And what was the role of the university to help you better engineer when you went to university?
I think the university is very critical point. The all university are not same. I was graduated from Istanbul Technical University, and we have a lot of history. It's more than 240 years in background in ITU. Our teachers were very good at any technology. My friends are very enthusiastic about computers, and they are making websites and programs since they are childhood. So it was very good experience that being in the same room with those guys. It really inspires your brain, and you try to be better and better each time. So it was a little funny competition around you. So you became a better engineer, and it is like a game actually. You try to be a very successful student, getting a grades, and it's like a game, and you are gaining a more point, you are upgrading your level. So it's like a fun, but in a not a very popular university or an engineering department, you cannot get those guys. So people are just try to pass the exams and go in a or government or any other company and get the salary, and that's it. But we are trying to be a better engineer each time, each hour. So university is important. Yes.
Yeah. And you know a lot of people in tech field. And what do you think the differences between someone who graduated from computer science and graduated from bootcamp or had a self-study? What is the important main difference?
I think the human, the person is really important part of it. So there are many of my friends who doesn't graduated from a computer science or computer engineering, very unrelated engineering department. For example, my homemate is graduated from a very unrelated department from ITU, but now he's a software engineer in a company, a very famous startup, and he's getting really good money. For example, yes, he's not graduated from computer science, but he's very good at his job. But I think this is about the percentage. There are a minor percentage of those kind of people. They are working hard and hard and improve their computer engineering skills or software development skills. They can achieve a lot of things. Actually, it in the same way, for example, you can graduate from a computer engineering department, but you don't invest in yourself, invest in your skills, so you cannot get a really very well job in your life because you didn't invest in your skills. You just go to exams and go to classrooms, but the percentage is really high in that departments, computer engineering departments. Very high probability you can get a very good job, or you can create your own startup. It's about the percentage, yeah.
Mhm. So it's kind of inspiring for the people who don't go to computer engineering or something. Like, if you really want it and want to achieve it, you just invest your time and learn what it needs to be learned in the university. You can do it also yourself.
Yes, I believe in learning by doing is really critical. If you are learning from a online course or a physical boot camp, you just need to create your first project, second project, third, and the 100th project. After that, you will become a project generator kind of guy. So it's really important, learning by doing. You cannot just learn listening all the teachers. The problem is in university, for example, as you asked before, people just try to learn by listening, but you should learn by doing. In hackathons, boot camps are very important places to get your hands dirty, and you will learn from what you have completed. If you type, for example, if else or for loop, while loop, any kind of code, you are learning when you got an error. You are debugging your code, you got the error, how can I solve it? Let's Google it, find in Stack Overflow, GitHub issues, anywhere, and you are learning that specific error, and you always remember that error, so you become a better and better engineer as you completed many projects.
Cool, it was a great answer, thank you. And besides university, how did you draw your learning path? What were the criteria did you consider? Okay, I know these and what I'm going to learn next. How did you decide it?
In university, actually, my university life a little bit far away from technical side. Actually, I have double major with management engineering because I have a startup mindset, and I was in a student branch in my university. We are making a lot of events, organizations, and we are looking for sponsorships with meeting a lot of companies. So I want to learn both side of the startup notion, both technical and both management part of it. So in my decision making about the technical path, it became started as a mobile development. I learned Android development, iOS development, because it was the fastest way to make your product on the market. You develop a mobile application and your application is on the store. Everybody can download it and you see the metrics. So the first years of your university life, education life, you are focusing on B2C solutions, business to consumer, the end user. So you try to make people download your app, and you think that I put an advertisement and I get a lot of money from it. But you are passing the ways while you are doing a lot of startups, or you are getting older and older. You realize that the potential actually is in the business market. B2B solutions, B2B products or services are the most critical ones. You should focus on the business side, because all businesses have a lot of problems. So you can solve any of it, and you charge them. You are getting a better engineer, better startup. But the beginning of it, we all grow up with the Facebook history, Google history, Microsoft. How all those are targeting the end user, consumer. So we are try to find a end user solution. After that, I realized that the mobile applications are really good. It's still very good, but I redirected my technical path to web development and try to become a full stack development, both front end and the back end, and designs of the front end, not just getting the ready designs and implement in a front end. You are also creating your design in Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, etc. End to end, try to create a product. So I am in a company, a startup, the Ulak translation services. We are creating translation solutions for our customers, and I am the CTO and co-founder of the Ulak. So I created the product end to end, and we are gaining more customers, and we are improving our product. We have a part-time student, Furkan. He's from my volunteer community, Facebook developer circles. Maybe we mention about later. He's working with us, and we are developing end-to-end, front-end, back-end, and AWS server side. Every aspect of the project. It's and with that, I feel like I can create anything end to end. So it really feels good. Yeah.
Cool. Actually, you answered a few questions already I was going to ask you. Actually, you mentioned that you are co-founder and CTO Ulak Social, and you're also former co-founder Nakitex and
Yes.
Tolkars.
Yeah.
And how did you increase your technical skills? Probably those startups helped you to increase it. And did you also did some internships or side projects, any others than those things?
Yes, I have completed internships because it was mandatory to graduate from university. But I also have a volunteer internship, but three of them are short term, just 20 working days, each of them, in Netash, in Softec, and Mobilium. For example, I learned the basics of Android development in my first internship, Mobilium. So it was really important to get the first starting point from a senior developer. Because at the beginning you feel like, what can I do? How should I learn all these? And what should I look? What is the correct path? It's like a mentorship, or they are becoming your mentor in that internships, and they are guiding you. You can try to learn this, and you can look at this. It was very important, the internships, but it's definitely not enough. You should learn what you like it. When you are doing all the stuff, technical stuff, you find that I am having fun when writing those code. For example, I really like JavaScript because in Android development, we were using Java and change into Kotlin. But in JavaScript, I feel like more comfortable to write down. It's like a free space, and the package management, NPM, you are downloading many packages that you want, but looking for the most downloaded ones, because there are many also issues about package management. You can download a malware unintentionally, so you had to be careful about this. If you are a curious person, then you want to try anything new. You are trying to write down, for example, Go language, or any new language that you can find. Let's try this. You want to try anything and learn anything. You don't need to go in deep. You just get the taste of that technology or that development language. After that, you feel there is a potential in here. Or how can I say, in my, for example, Nakitech startup, it was something like we are have a idea, we have an idea, and we know what we are coding, but we don't know how we are coding. So we try to search that. We need something that should similar like an API, a backend, Node.js, IBM technology, or something technology. So we are searching and searching, trying a technology, try to implement it. It failed. Okay, now new technology. It failed. Okay, now new technology. And finally, yes, this is what we are looking for. You are finding the right solution and implement it, and you go on it. It's something like this.
And what obstacles did you face while improving yourself as a
Um,
person?
in a technical aspect or social aspect?
No, it's like when you learn something, what was the difficult part? Like learning new language or getting notion of the engineering? What was the difficulties did you face?
I think the first difficulty is that not everyone is using your technology, the technology that you know actually. So you feel like a little bit alone to find the correct person to become your partner in technical aspect. For example, you are working in a company and you are the CTO of a company and you try to find the right person that know about a language in that specific technology. There are many technologies, for example, in front end, Angular, React, Vue, or any others. So if we are using a specific front end technology in our company, we should eliminate all other people rather than that technology. But rather than doing this, we are trying to increase the right person's skills. We are try to hire the talent, the correct talent, the person that's open to learn new things. For example, the guy doesn't know the our technology, but he was eager to learn new things. So we got him and make him learn, and I try to train him. I try to get him into technology, and he was very good learner. But the challenge is there are very few of that kind of people. Mostly people said that I am a profession, I have a profession in that technology or language, so I cannot move around. People are trying to be in their safest place, in the comfort zone. They are not try to learn new things. So I think the most challenging part is finding the right person that that are working with you. It doesn't matter you are in a company or you can just a student project with your friends. For example, our lessons are mostly let us to choose our partners, our project partners. But less of the some of the lessons says that randomly you are matching with your partner. At that time, I can match with a really unwanted partner, so he or she doesn't try to learn new things and doesn't want to make the project or a lot of problem. I think the short answer, the summary of the answer is the human is the most challenging part of software development, because machines are how can I say, they are dedicated devices, they are dedicated devices.
People.
Yes, you say something and it should obey your rule. So but people are not like that. People are unpredictable, so it is the most challenging part of it.
Cool. And what inspires you while working?
What? Excuse me?
What inspires you while working? Writing code or creating a project?
Starting a new thing is really inspiring part of me. For example, I really like to start new things, not continue in that, because starting part is like a creating a new thing. It feels
Mhm.
like it feels like a god mode. You are creating this item from scratch. You are creating a new project, and for example, a new feature in a current project. For example, in our company, I just started a new feature for our project, and it really motivates me because, for example, in sometimes in a feature development, maybe 3 or 4 weeks you are working on that feature, and you maybe get bored. I get bored to develop that feature in 4 weeks, but at the fifth week you are creating a new feature, completely new feature, and it really motivates me because you are starting from scratch, not the scratch because you have already the product, but
Mhm.
you are it feels like you are drawing. The part will be here, there will be a headline, there will be a button in here, and if you click that button then it will open that part, and if you do this then do that. It is really a funny thing actually, because it feels like a creation process. As I mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, in my high school years, the private server is like the same experience. You are creating a server, you are creating a specialized item for you, or you are increasing the levels. It's the creation emotion, it's the motivational inspiration part is here.
And okay, now I see that you really enjoy creating things. And how do you describe that? Where you are today and what you want to achieve in the future?
Yes, today I am in a position that I can create a whole product end to end, including its server sides, front end, back
Mhm.
end, everything. But in the future, I want to come into a specific place that's very performance achiever product for is my target, because in our current product, I am not sure if we got a million users in our website. I don't know what will be happening, because
Maybe
uh,
shut down. Who knows?
may, maybe it's just not about the server. You just pay more and more to server, and it will get more people. It's not just related to that. You should write the code according to cover all the requests of people, and the database structure should be the fit into that regular performance positioning. In the future, I want to be a more performance driven person while writing my code, and
Mhm.
improve my AI skills in that position, because I want to increase my AI skills, deep learning, machine learning. Actually, I am applying to graduation program of ITU. In the September, I will go into interviews. I hope ITU accept my graduation application. Um,
Mhm.
not the graduation application, higher graduation actually.
Master.
Master, sorry, master program, yes. I want to focus on deeply artificial intelligence topics. I am not sure yet the NLP, natural language processing, or computer vision, or etc. I am not sure yet, but in the future I want to position myself a more data-driven person, creating a meaning
Mhm.
from data and predicting future from data, and deciding everything from data with specific AI models.
I'm looking forward to it to see your future achievements.
Thank you. Me too.
And you mentioned that you are co-lead also Facebook Developer Circle Istanbul. And what are the key facts of the expanding your professional network, and how does it help your career?
Yeah, it's really helped my career. I will explain that story at the end of the answer. I think you should try to be involved a lot of events. I know that there are corona right now. You cannot join a physical event, but I hope we will pass these days. And after that, I suggest people we are listening, we are watching us, go any technical or maybe non-technical events to meet with new people in face-to-face and join your school in university student branch to join their meetings. And it is really important on your network because in just ordinary lessons maybe you know your project partner, but there are more than 100 people in that computer engineering department. You cannot just directly, hello, I am Aziz and who are you. uh, I did actually this kind
It
of
works
meeting.
actually. I also did.
But most of people are not very welcoming that kind of meeting at the first time. They want to looking for a context, and the events are giving that context to you, a reason to meet. Because in a conference, in a meetup, you meet a person while you are sharing the pizza. You are eating a slice and he is or she is eating a slice, and you are meeting, you are talking about the event, you are criticizing the speaker, for example, what kind of speaker it is, and you have a conversation topic, and you are really be- expanding your network while joining this kind of events. For example, in my career, in 3 or 4 years ago, in my first startup named Tolkarts, I was applied for the İTÜ Çekirdek, the incubation center of my university, and I get accepted to first stage of the incubation. And also, my current partner, Ebru, also accepted from İTÜ Çekirdek. So we met in that incubation center. She is creating another startup. I was creating another startup, but we met in there and become a very good friends. And after 3 years, she offered me the CTO and co-founder seat for her company, and I accepted. And now we are completing the first year in my CTO and co-founder time. It was 1 year ago. Can you see the network effect? If I was if I wasn't meet with her, then I couldn't find a chance to be in my current role.
You said that you make coding and your CTO and you make the networking, but how do you manage your time effectively?
Yeah, this is the one of the most challenging parts, because you should try to sleep less to manage the time, and maybe you are sacrificing some of the personal humanitarian pleasures. For example, I didn't have any girlfriends in my life, for example. But I
Sacrifice.
know it's not about that, but the time management is really critical, because you should decide how much time you share between all your responsibilities. For example, I am how can I say, I just put a low share to my volunteer jobs and the highest share on my professional job. It's the normal part, but you have also family, you have also friends, and it's like a sacrificing of some of the pleasures to achieving something really, really good. And you hope that after 5 years, after 10 years, after 20 years, you will say that, oh, thanks God, I did the correct thing, because I am really happy and really comfortable right now.
before we finish, I want to ask the last question. What three pieces of advice would you give yourself when you first become a developer?
Three advice?
Yeah, or one or two, whatever.
Advice to my first year of development?
Yeah, absolutely. When you start to this field.
Okay, I probably suggest myself to go into more hackathons. I really realized the power of hackathons, bootcamps very, very late. I probably suggest myself, definitely you should join a hackathon each month because hackathons are really important. That
Yeah.
will be first suggestion. And the second one, uh, try to go into game development because the game development is very famous, very popular in current days, especially in quarantena times. People are playing
Mhm.
very much. Game development is not a part that you can miss because I remember that in the first year of my university, I was trying to learn Unity, for example. Maybe I should continue to learn Unity, then that will be a different kind of story, maybe. Uh, Maybe not, but you should definitely be aware of the power of game development. This is the second suggestion. And the third one is, if you are a technical guy, don't try to be a manager. Don't try to be a manager and developer at the same time. These are different roles. If you are good at technical part, focus on your strength and find a correct partner that can manage all the business parts or marketing part or etc. Or decide that you are the business guy and find a really good technical partner because you cannot two of them at the same time. I really tried, and it's really hard thing to do, and you cannot be good at both of them. Both of them are failing. Find decide one of them and go for it. Go. Yeah, three advice.
Thank you very much, Aziz. It was really great answers and honest answers. I get inspired. I'm sure the people who will watch will also get inspired by you. Thank you very much.
Thank you inviting me. Thank you all our watchers.
Bye bye.